So it's time for Tua talk. Look, leaving college to go to the pros is a big deal. You can speak to that.
Sure.
It's a lot goes into it: family, money, health. What is the value in staying another year versus leaving? And then speak to your situation.
You talked about the main factors: your family, the potential lucrative money.
Yeah.
Then risking injury again next year. Usually, that's what guys are scared of, coming back and getting hurt again. They take out insurance policies and stuff like that. And from what it sounded like in some of the reports coming out, saying that some of the insurance policies that they would have taken out for him won't cover his hip for next year. So if he comes back and hurts his hip again, which is a likely scenario with that kind of injury, once it happens, you're prone to having it happen again with any kind of dislocation, I believe. That had to factor into his decision. Then his family, his faith. He said he met with, in his press conference, he said he met with pastors, his family. You know, he's a strong Christian guy. And so I'm sure he prayed about it. And then at the end of the day, you make the decision. And I remember Coach Sark telling me when I was getting ready to leave, he's like, you're going to have to live this decision out to be the right decision, whatever happens, because you're in a good spot. Going back and being the quarterback of Alabama, whatever happens is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Going and living out your dream to play in the NFL, whatever happens is not the end of the world. It's great either way. He has to remember that, and people should take that into account. And then it's so subjective. I mean, all those factors play a part in his decision, but at the end of the day, he's got to, like I said, live it out to be the right decision, and that's it. You can't look back.
How many different voices are chiming in, and is there such a thing as too many cooks in the kitchen?
100%, I think there is. I think when people are telling you do this or do that, I didn't like that. I sought advice from Leinart, Peyton Manning, Carson Palmer. I talked to all those guys, former coaches, Sark, Pete,
family,
agents, family. And the best advice I had really was when guys would say, here was my situation.
Yep.
Here's what I experienced.
Yep.
You're going to make the right decision for you. Here's what I know based on what I experienced. That's the best kind of advice. Instead of, oh, dude, you totally got to stay because of X, Y, and Z.
Oh, no, it's because you're right. It is all subjective. Because
totally
at the end,
subjective.
Guess what? Nobody fucking knows.
Yeah,
so he could go on and be the greatest quarterback to ever and never have a hip injury again.
Right.
Or he could, in practice,
hurt it. Yeah, I think the best situation for him, now you look at, okay, he decides to leave. So where does that put him in the draft? Before this injury, he's, probably a top 5 pick, I would think. Mm-hmm. Now, could he still go top 5? Maybe. That's a team taking a major gamble on him.
Now, if you have an injury that is looming like this, like does people, coaches, agents, do they get in his way and prevent him from doing anything that could, egg on the hip injury? If he gets an opportunity to be in a Ricky Martin hip, shake off, do they go, whoa, Tua?
Probably not going to be.
We know Adam Ray's going to take that.
Much
Don't enter anyway.
Ballroom dancing.
Yeah, but I'm serious. Do they try to?
Do they try and
just limit his involvement in things that could be?
Well, yeah, he's so hardcore focused on rehab right now.
Yeah,
he's not riding jet skis and jumping on trampolines and stuff. He's just focused on that. But I'm curious to see what kind of team will take a chance on him.
Yeah,
and where. Is it a first day guy? Is he going in the first 2 rounds? Because he has that kind of talent, but you have this looming injury. And what he kind of alluded to in his press conference today was he said something about like the 3 or 4 month mark with that specific hip injury because it's similar to the Bo Jackson one.
Oh, it is.
And who's the other? Dennis Pitta, who re-injured it a bunch of times. The issue is getting like blood flow back into the area because it's hard to. There's not a lot of blood flow in your hip socket, so to get it back there and get things to heal properly is not easy. Now, Bo Jackson hurt his hip a long time ago. There's been advances, but still the fact remains it's hard to get blood flow there and it's hard to rehab that injury. It's a tricky one.
Yeah, but now Bo is underground making arrows. So it's like, as Tua, you go, fuck, dude, is that what I'm set up to?
I hate you. No, I think I'm really curious what GM is willing
to roll the dice,
but put their own job on the line. Like
that's what it is. You forget that's what they're doing,
dude,
right?
That's like
because there's got to be a lot of guys more so that are like, dude, we're not gambling on this,
right?
Than there are guys.
Or we have the luxury of having a quarterback already. Let's not, unless he slips to the 5th, and you're like, let's take him just in case. Like, let's bet on him and see what happens. Pour our resources into him because we don't have to pour that many if he's such a late round pick. I don't think he slides that far, but. We'll see. I think that 3 or 4 month mark, whether he can do anything in the combine, or maybe not the combine, but the his pro day, can he do anything? Is he walking around? Is he on crutches? Like, what does it look like? Just the optics of it.
Yeah.
I think all that's going to play into it. And then bottom line, somebody's going to have to take a chance on him and hopefully sit him for the first year. I don't think you're rehabbing him to play week 1. I don't think that's very smart.
You know who should gamble with this decision and trade up? The Vegas Raiders.
Ooh.
I think we see it way less than we do anticipate. The looming decision of injury playing a factor in somebody who's leaving to go to the pros, right?
Right.
Can you just quickly speak to how much? I mean, we obviously talked about with Pete and being involved in your decision. Mm-hmm. I can only speak to a few big decisions I've made when I quit football to play Danny Zuko in Greece, and I knew what the right decision was. I'll tell you the full story later, or you guys can read about it on my blog. Now I got to start a blog. But big decisions, I think, and this is probably a consistent human trait. You know deep down, like instinctually, like right away, like what the right move is, right? And then I feel like you push it down and you try to rationalize or talk yourself out of what the right move is.
Right.
How much do you think like Tua is letting that influence him versus just putting his foot down right away and telling everybody, yo, this is what I'm doing, so kind of accept it. I'm still going to hear you, but like I'm telling you guys just to stop the fanfare.
I'm sure he had a pretty good idea. I definitely did. After the Rose Bowl, I was like, I don't know if there's going to be a better performance than this. Like, why would I try and go
Top
repeat? It? Yeah, I mean, the That's
an interesting mindset too, because you're also kind of not doubting yourself, but you're just
not doubting, but like it ended so perfectly.
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah.
I mean, other than a national championship, which we would have had an opportunity to win, Heisman Trophy potentially.
Yep.
But the other factor that was huge in my decision and kind of played out the right way for me personally is I dislocated my kneecap my senior year or my last year at SC. In training camp.
Oh, shit.
3 weeks before the season started. 4 weeks before the season started. Against Virginia when we go on the road. So that was my first game back, my first game starting, but I didn't know for sure if I was going to be able to make it back. Then, like I said, a dislocated part of your body, once that happens, it's prone to happen again. Yeah. Well, it happened my rookie year, but I'd already signed my huge rookie contract, so it didn't really matter.
Shit.
Like,
did they know that?
Who?
The Jets.
Oh, everybody knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I knew about it. I was rehabbing it all year constantly and playing.
They put you through pretty rigorous workouts to test that you were
just
durable.
To make sure I was ready to go. But like, it was an issue all year long, and I ended up having to get surgery when it happened again. They say like once it happened, like Mahomes, it happened once. If it happens again, he might have to get surgery on that knee, and it's a pain in the ass to recover from that. It hurts. ACLs are tough. This one was tough.
Dude, you could have come back senior year.
Gotten hurt. I got hurt week 10.
And gotten drafted.
In the NFL against the Panthers. Panthers, Jaguars, I forget.
Damn,
but it popped out and popped back in again, and I was like, oh, shoot.
What does that feel like?
Blew up like a balloon. I missed the game.
Damn.
And then we went on a playoff run, and I was like on a freaking... I had a knee brace and another knee brace because I was so scared to fall on this knee again. I landed so hard on this knee and tore my PCL. So I had 2 knee braces.
Fuck.
I look like... Bambi on ice. It was terrible.
Which, by the way, if we can raise enough money through the show, I would love to put that back on Broadway, Bambi on ice. And guess what? It doesn't end how you think it's going to end. The mom lives in this production.
So, yeah, that was a huge factor for me.
So you think Tua, knowing that, you think this is the right move for him?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Go get it, dude, right?
He's got to make his move now, I think. He comes back and hurts it again. I don't know if he has a pro career. Right? I mean, who's going to take a chance on him then? Right now, you're taking a huge gamble. Then it would be just like complete shot in the dark.